you know, with my brother being their age.
Right.
I played basketball with those guys. I never really played, you know,
with your age.
With my age. It was always with older people, you know.
But that's usually how it was back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
In Battery, where I'm from, it was rare that we would play against folks that was our age. Even the ones that was our age, the ones that was down, and we would be with each other, but we usually was playing against the older boys.
The older
guys all the time.
I mean,
all
they
the
ones out
Yeah.
there controlling the court. So when we get out there, hey, little Roane, you want to play? All right, well, you got to play against us then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So what got you into football, basketball, and you know, obviously soccer?
well,
that was my neck of the woods, so to speak. So
Yes. Basketball. My dad got me into basketball. He was real big into sports and basketball. He never really played for the school. He grew up in the church, so wasn't really able to play into the school.
Right.
But people know him for basketball, playing in men's leagues and that nature. Football, I would have to say my brother, because I really never thought of playing football. Actually, I was just considered a basketball player. I was small, I was skinny, and my mom didn't want me to play. You know, she didn't want me to get hurt and all this, but I would have to say going to those games, watching my brother, and then that one practice I went with my brother, and I threw the football, and they saw me throw the football, and then after that,
That was it.
that was it.
That was it, honestly. And there, yep.
Northern Neck District basketball, boys and girls, it is a very tight race coming into 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you in to your 2024 National Award-winning I'm saying 2024 National Award winners into 2025 Northern Neck Sports Talk Live here on Hot Mix VA. Good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Will Lewis back in the house with Coach Thomas Roane, Coach Sammy Mills. He is still running around on the roads. He's still working, so we all know about that. And we have a very, very special guest, ladies and gentlemen, up in studio tonight. Well, guess who we got? Kaveh Conaway from Lancaster, the Lancaster legend, ladies and gentlemen. 2001, we're going to get right into this. 2001 graduate of Lancaster High School, four-sport athlete, if you did not already know, received all district
And all state honors in football, basketball, soccer, and track. Whew, Lord have mercy, I'm not done yet. 6,000 career rushing yards, was twice named the Northern Neck District Offensive Player of the Year in football, was selected as a region Offensive Player of the Year, named Virginia High School League's All-State 1,000-point scorer, and he also received the All-District, All-Region, and I'm not done yet, All-State honors in basketball. Also received the same honors in soccer in 2001.
Soccer.
Yes, soccer.
Man.
And, yeah, he was tough because I was playing against him in 01.
Uh-oh.
In 2001, he was Northern Neck District MVP Boys Track and Field. 2025 was inducted into the Northern Neck Hall of Fame. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a Hall of Famer in the house tonight, Kaveh Conaway. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to get to you first, see how you were doing, then I'm going to get to coaching myself. So, yeah, we're glad to have you. You're a Hall of Famer now. Congratulations on that.
I'm humbled by that, and I appreciate it, and I thank y'all for having me here tonight.
10 folks.
So, Coach, what have you been up to?
Man, I ain't working,
quick.
man. You know,
Yeah,
just
we've
the
been
same old 2025 came on here, so don't nothing stop. Still got bills to pay. As
Yes,
all
we do.
So
Yeah, we all do that.
As soon as
Yes,
it got back
indeed.
to that time to go back to work, we had to go back to work. Same as last week, pushing snow, dealing with the
Yes.
snow stuff, all of that. But hopefully we ain't got to deal with no more snow.
That
for
that
real.
snow
no,
took
please,
forever to
no.
melt, too, by the way.
It
Man,
can go.
I think my daughter's snowman just finished melting. she built a big snowman right in the middle of the yard, and I think that was the last thing that melted away out of all the snow, man. So other than that, man, just chilling with the family, man, you know, with the grandkids and everything.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. I
We-
feel like
we
I haven't
haven't,
seen
man.
you since last year.
We haven't seen each other since we interviewed.
Since Essex. Since we haven't interviewed
since
Essex.
we interviewed
That's a
them
nice
big
shirt, by the
Trojans.
way.
You know, since,
Them Essex
hey, if y'all
Trojans.
want a Trojan, go on down to
2024
Social
state
Misfits.
champs.
They got them down there. But we ain't seen each other since then, man. But with you, How have you been doing and the family and all of that stuff?
Oh man, so much stuff going on. We had some scheduled testing to do at the kids' hospital. It's a routine thing. But sitting up in there for 7 days just to see the Commanders whip rear end, then turn around going home, and they getting whooped. What is up with that? I'm just saying.
Hey,
Come on, NFC East.
I guess we're going to have a little discussion on that later, man. But the most important thing is your child, she's okay.
Oh, yeah. She's fine. Like I said, it was just routine stuff that was happening.
Okay.
Nothing to worry about. It's one of those things where a doctor, hey, look, we're just going to give you an inpatient thing, see where things are at, sort of thing.
So she basically got to chill for 7 days.
Yeah, 7 days, no school, no nothing, just sitting there chilling on the phone, watching TV. Basically, except for in the hospital. Yeah, basically.
No, that's right.
So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Kaveh Conaway in the house from 2001 graduate of Lancaster High School. And you played soccer in 01 too, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I remember.
That was my senior
year. Speed demon on that field, I tell you. Because when we were at halfback, when I was at halfback in you were just flying by us like nothing. I remember.
Oh, it was some fun times, I tell you.
It was fun times.
It was.
Goodness me. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a couple of questions that I have. Coach is going to run through a whole bunch of questions. I'm pretty sure go back into memories, things like that.
Okay.
Like he normally does. And so the first question is, what is your favorite game, track, whatever? Was your favorite one you have ever played in your career?
Sport-wise, I'm a basketball guy by heart.
Yeah.
I would have to say basketball is probably my favorite, but football probably overtook it once I started getting a little bit more recognition. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely a basketball guy first. I would say, yes.
Goodness. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Northern Next Sports Talk Live is presented by The Gym. Let's not forget that. Open 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I think it's time for me to go up in there, Coach.
Hey.
All this holiday weight had got me slowed up here.
I don't know, man. I got weights and stuff at home and get off from work, man, to be so tired, man. I be like, man, forget them weights.
Goodness me. All right, your second question is, who is your favorite pro player when you were playing all these sports in high school? Who was it, and did you watch film on them to help yourself out?
Man, yes, I have a few. I was actually a Steve Young fan. I'm a San Francisco 49er fan.
Yeah.
Go 49ers. I would have to say running back wise, Barry Sanders as far as looking at people as far as moves. Michael Jordan. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
Hey, salute. Me too.
I'm also a big Stephon Marbury fan. So people like that, I'll go back and watch moves and I'll imitate them out in my backyard. Just playing to myself actually.
Yeah, so. And I remember Michael Jordan in Space Jam. He when the kid was playing young Michael, he said, the dad said, "Well, what do you want to be, son?" "Well, when I go to college, I want to play for the University of North Carolina. Then I'm going to play for the Chicago Bulls." And doggone if he done it.
He did it. That's a big accomplishment, I tell you.
Indeed. All right, so my next question to you is, when you were playing high school and things like that, who was the biggest influential player that you went up against?
Ooh, that's tough. That's real tough. I played against a lot of good guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man. To narrow it down, I'll say in basketball, I would have to say probably Albert Haskins from Westmoreland.
Okay.
Yeah, he humbled me a lot.
Oh, I remember him. I remember him very well.
He humbled you.
Being a
I was in school with him, yes.
playing against a senior, and they won state that year. We were
yeah.
right there with them.
Oh, yeah.
But,
they played Hayside and John Battle that year.
Yes. And then for my own school, I mean, I'm sure this is going to be a big shock to him, but I would have to say probably Dante Henderson. You know, I grew up, you know, with my brother being their age.
Right.
I played basketball with those guys. I never really played, you know,
With your age.
with my age. It was always with older people, you know.
But that's usually how it was back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
In Battery, where I'm from, it was rare that we would play against folks that was our age. Even the ones that was our age, the ones that was down, and we would be with each other, but we usually was playing against the older boys.
Older
guys all the
'Cause,
time.
I mean,
all
they
the
the
time.
ones out
Yeah.
there controlling the court. So when we get out there, hey, Lil Roane, you want to play? All right, well, you got to play against us then.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
yeah.
Right.
So what got you into football, basketball, and you know, obviously soccer? 'Cause
well-
that was my neck of the woods, so to speak. So
Yes. Basketball, my dad got me into basketball. He was real big into sports and basketball. He never really played for the school. He grew up in the church, so wasn't really able to play into the school.
Right.
But people know him for basketball,
Yeah.
playing in men's leagues and that nature. Football, I would have to say my brother. Because I really never thought of playing football, actually. I was just considered a basketball player. I was small, I was skinny. Yeah, my mom didn't want me to play. You know, she didn't want me to get hurt, all this. But I would have to say going to those games, watching my brother, and then at one practice I went with my brother, and I threw the football, and they saw me throw the football, and then after that,
That was it.
that was it.
that was it, honestly. That was it. And went out, 8th grade, went and played JV. It was a good fun. Coach K, great coach, taught me a lot as far as being a quarterback. I started off as a quarterback, ended as a running back. So, you know.
Besides the sports you played, what is your favorite sport to follow now?
To follow now, oh man, I would have to go with college football. It's a lot of politics in
Yeah, definitely,
sports
man.
now.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'll go where the hunger is at, and I feel like in college they're eager, they're hungry to get to the next level. So that's what
You could really say that a couple years ago, but now some of these kids with this NIL,
with the
Yeah,
NIL.
NIL deal is changing
I mean,
everything now.
they-
So
True,
they
true. Because
millionaires
they're already
before
making
you know
before
what
they
I'm
even
saying?
step
Right.
on the field. Right.
Depends on which school you at. I can say that, but you know, depending on what school you at, that same type of hunger that you're talking about is still there. But when you get to like some of those big schools, when they getting that big NIL money and stuff like that,
Right.
man, and then you can actually see it, you know, once they get to the NFL, when you got players coming off the sidelines and pushing their coaches, you know, what I'm saying, like we seen a couple
Yeah,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
that-
what team was playing a couple of weeks ago?
that was the Texans. Texans against
Yeah,
the
and
Chiefs.
the man, he came
And
out and
that-
pushed his coach in the
that-
daggone chest. I was like, what the
Oh,
world?
back in the day, that's
Yeah.
not happening.
No,
That's
no,
not
no,
happening.
you
You're
were
off,
ejected
you're
from the
off.
game
Yeah.
back in the
And
day,
you
no
might
matter
not even see
what
him
level you
anymore.
played.
Yeah, so I mean,
So-
you know, it's still a hunger there, but I mean, a lot of stuff has gotten, how can I say it,
Tough.
sensitive,
Washed down.
washed
Yeah.
down, and all of that stuff, man. So it's crazy. And like you said, the politics of sports and everything like that now, man, is real crazy nowadays.
Yep.
Oh,
Coach.
my go, okay.
Yeah.
Man, like I was telling you earlier, man, the reason for this show is basically to shine a light on future athletes as well as the athletes coming up. We try to give them somebody to look at, you know what I'm saying, like the ones that came before them that did good in school, did good on the field, and went on to the next level. And even if they didn't get to the NFL or whatever sport,
Right.
because everybody's not going to get there, they still was able to go to the next level with whatever division of college they was at, and still be able to leave there and become productive men in our community. And you know, you're one of those men. You know, you put in the work on the field and off the field, and came back to this area and actually being a great, how can I say it, a great influence in this area and stuff like that. So we wanted to bring you on, shine a light on you. To the folks over there in Lancaster or anywhere else in the Northern Neck that don't know nothing about you, we want them to be able to find out more about you and stuff
I
like
know
that.
he was a
for
speed demon
kids.
on that soccer field. I know that.
So, growing up over in Lancaster, which part of Lancaster did you grow up in?
Actually, I grew up in Lively, Virginia.
Yeah.
But you can call Alfonso is where my actual home is from. That's where a lot of my family, my grandmother, a lot of my cousins is at. It's called actually Lower Road.
Yeah.
But we call it Alfonso. Alfonso is actually connected to Lower Road. So we added it on.
So how was Kaveh as a youngin coming up over that side and everything like that? What was you like when you was coming up?
Very respectful. I was an outdoors kid. You couldn't keep me still. Even though I was born with chronic asthma, had allergies and everything, but I kept pushing.
Hold up real quick. Parents, because I hear this a lot. You know, I coach youth football, and I be running around here and trying to, recruit kids to come out. First thing a lot of them parents say, oh, my baby got asthma. Well, y'all just heard this man say he had chronic asthma when he was a youngin'. So please don't use that asthma as no excuse. Matter of fact, if your kid is playing sports, that's actually going to help him with that asthma. So bring your kids out, even if they got asthma stuff. We can work through all of that.
Yes. Like I said, I was born with the asthma. I just kept pushing through. I had my asthma attacks. I had my scares. I had my mom scared. Pretty much just being with my cousins. Always with my older cousins, like my brother named Carl Conaway. Playing sports with them. I was always, like I said, I was never with my age group, so I was always doing something productive, outside. I never was inside on a phone. Or on a, we didn't have.
The only thing we had was Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo or a little TV with cartoons. Yeah, but that wasn't really me. I would honestly go outside, get a basketball. After watching like a basketball game, go start playing to myself. I'll act like Jordan and Scottie Pippen and all these other guys is out there playing with me. That's how I actually got to doing things, as far as sports-wise,
Chicago Bulls.
Doing stuff. Football-wise, my mom and dad bought me the football equipment. I had the San Francisco football equipment. I had a tree. I had a well. I had a couple little objects out there. And I used to take those things, man, and I'll get into those things, and I would actually run and actually do moves around those things, and do, it actually, like if I'm alive in a game, and I actually, as I got older, things like that got implemented into my actual
your
game,
workout and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So coming up through those times in school and everything, like what were some of your favorite subjects, or do you remember any of the teachers that used to stay on you back then and everything, because they saw talent in you?
Back then, it wasn't really like that. I can't really say that a teacher stayed on me. I might have had some coaches that might have, if things, I started slipping a little bit, they'd be like, hey, look, you better get yourself together or you ain't going to be able to, play this sport. But, I can't really say anybody stayed on me. It was more my parents, if anything, that stayed on me. I would say math was probably my favorite subject. I was real good in math. I didn't really like writing essays. English wasn't it.
Yeah, nobody like that. Was another question you asked as far? Well, to get from that one, like who were some of the other? I know you said your brother. Was there any other people over on that side that played sports that you looked up to besides your brother?
My sister held records at Lancaster High School for a while in track until Andrea White, broke her records. When she was there. Also had cousins that my cousin TJ ran track. He played basketball. Other than that, I can't really say I had it. Just more family, honestly. That I really was around that got me into everything.
So when did you actually start playing organized sports? Was it as a youth, or was it when you got a little bit older in the high school?
I never went to a basketball camp as far as like Parks and Recreation. We played that, as a younger, but I never went to a basketball camp, football camp, soccer camp, or anything like that. It was all just being out in the yard playing with friends and stuff, and just natural ability.
Just being gifted.
No weights, we didn't lift weights coming up in high school or younger like that.
Yeah.
My dad used to have us, we will get a cinder block and
That's that
take-
old school
Do
stuff.
the Rocky
He'll
Balboa
he'll
way.
get like a rope or something, grab it, and he'll tell me put it on my heel, and he'll have us just like lift up,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
working on our
On your
hamstrings
calves, yeah.
and stuff like that, lay down, do things like that. But as far as like actual weights, actually going somewhere and learning, no, I didn't do it. I did it one time. I went to one camp, Hampton University quarterbacks camp. That was
But that's that old school way of
Yeah, it
working
is.
out.
Yes,
You
yeah.
figure back in the day, it was a lot of lifting wood.
Yeah.
If your family didn't have running water, it was a lot of toting buckets of water to the
Yes.
house.
Yes, yes.
Stuff like that. And, I mean, comparing those types of training, as you would say, to now, that was actually better. You know what I'm saying? Compared to, even though today is better, but what I'm saying is, it built you up a whole
It
lot.
did.
Better.
It was natural. It was a natural build
Yeah.
instead of things now that you can kind of take to kind of speed up that process of getting to
Yeah.
where you want to be. You know what I mean? It was more. I would say it was harder to get to where you wanted to get to back in the day than it is now.
Yeah, it definitely
You know.
was, definitely. So when did you actually start playing, football and basketball and all of that stuff
Basketball
like
was early age. That was probably 5 years old, 6 years old. Whenever my dad took me on the court, football that came 8th grade.
that? Okay.
Like I said, the only thing I ever did was two-hand touch and tackle football back in the day. No camps or anything like that. I just kind of just stepped out there for the football.
So who are some of the, like, playing in high school and everything like that? Can you remember any of, like, some of the toughest competition that you played against in the Northern Neck? Whether it's Westmoreland, Essex?
Man, well, Essex definitely was the toughest competition, I would say, for me. Sussex Central was pretty bad too. I'm not gonna lie, but district-wise, I'm gonna say Essex, Westmoreland was more of my tough ones, but Essex mainly.
Do you remember any of the boys' names?
Oh man, Jerry Wormley.
I say his name all the
Stacy
time.
Tutt.
Stacey
Sean,
Tutt.
Sean Brooks. Was Nelson.
Gary Nelson.
Gary Nelson. Gerard Reynolds.
Gerard Reynolds.
God, big boy, number one on the end.
Donnell Braxton.
I know
He
Donnell
might be
Braxton.
before you. 'Cause
Nah,
he
I
older
think I caught him his senior year.
Yeah, 'cause
Donnell, he was
older
number
than me.
one.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I caught him his
Um,
senior year.
Monte Gaines. They
Monte.
older, but you probably caught them on the back end.
Yeah. Yep. But my class is more like Ryan Wynn,
See, that's when I played with all of them. But like we was talking about earlier, I ran into a little trouble when I was like in 9th grade. That's why I didn't get to graduate and everything like that.
Okay.
But those boys are the boys that I came through with. Brian Roane, my cousin Brian Roane, Gary, Latrell Green.
Yeah, I caught Latrell, Brian Roane. Yep.
all them boys and
Giggy,
stuff like that.
uh-huh.
So coming back then, you knew you had the speed and everything like that. Once you got to your first year, like when did you actually knew that you could be one of the best boys to come through Langston and everything? Because like right now, you made the Hall of Fame and everything like that. So you had to have a mindset back then to like, okay, I'm gonna try to use this for something.
Honestly, I really never did have that mindset. I honestly just played that sport to the best of my ability. Honestly, I didn't think about college and anything like that because by the time I graduated, I started getting some offers and things like that in that nature. And I got a big one, and I was from Virginia Tech, and at that time, that's all I could think about.
Yeah.
It was no other school to think about. It was, oh man, I actually got a chance to play for Virginia Tech. I might be able to play with Michael Vick. Like, oh man, this might actually happen. But that was my 11th grade year. But after that, like I said, I didn't really think about it. 11th grade year, I ain't gonna say once my coach, started coming to me later, I would say senior year. 11th grade, I was like, 11th grade, I still got a whole another year, never know what's going to happen. But once I started going to the games and meeting the people, that's when it almost started to become reality. Like, dang, this is it. But it was I just kind of lost that.
No, you're good. You're fine.
Lost your words. I'm sorry. This new to me with the interview thing. I'm sorry.
It was great.
It was a fun. Like I said, I didn't really think about going there. It kind of happened, and
oh, you good, but you good.
No,
Put
you
it like
good.
this: when you get to the 11th grade, your coach is telling you about this other stuff like that. So going into 12th grade, you kind of had a feeling that you can possibly get to the next level.
Yeah,
I did.
How was your mind state going into the 12th grade? Because by the time you get to 12th grade, I mean, you got 6,000 up rushing yards.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's my year.
That's a lot.
At that time coming in, and it was my year. It was our time to shine. I felt like other guys had their chance. We always had a winning record. Never made the playoffs. So I figured my senior year, this was it.
Yeah.
We was nationally ranked for the first time in a while. I think we was ranked like the highest was like either number 2 or number 3 in the state. So, excuse me. So the ranking, I felt like we could do it, and we did. We started off pretty good. I think we went 4-0 in non-district, but then got the districts and kind of everything kind of faded away for us. My senior year, so it wasn't. So it started high, but then it ended kind of low that year.
Do you remember any of the boys that you used to play with back then?
What? Oh, yes. Chris Frisbee, Devon Ball, Matthew Harden, Marcus Caldwell, Jonathan Chilton, Ryan Christopher, Dwayne Kelly, Travis Kelly.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot of us. Yes.
Big guys.
Yes.
That we was just talking about that a little earlier.
I know.
Well,
Devon was a big guy.
We did have some. It was big guys in our school, but compared to everybody else, we were the small ones. Actually, like we didn't size up to mostly like a Essex or a Westmoreland or something like that.
But comparing the teams back then to now, I tell folks all the time it's completely different.
It's no comparison.
Yeah.
It's completely different. You wasn't
hitting
gonna have just one team running the district every year. It wasn't gonna happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Westmoreland had dogs. We had dogs over here. Rappahannock. Everybody had dogs.
Everybody did.
The size was totally different than what it is now.
It is. I mean, there are some big guys now too and I will say that some of these bigger guys now are more athletic. Than the guys that we had back then, So, I mean, I will say that.
Yeah, definitely. You graduated in 2001. You played soccer. What turned you on to playing soccer? Because you don't see too many, I'm just going to be honest, you don't see too many of us playing soccer.
Right.
So what turned you on to play soccer?
There were a few other guys ahead of me that played, and be honest with you, I didn't think about playing. The guys came out there and was like, "Hey man, you ever thought about playing soccer?" I'm like, "Nah, it sounds like a lot of running."
Definitely a lot of running.
Yeah. And then he was like, "Man, we can use your speed. All we need you to do, man, we're gonna kick the ball around that field, and you just run behind it, man. And hey, if it go in, it go in. If it don't, it don't.
That's your basic soccer 101.
Right. And I really never thought about baseball, because I'm like, man, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. I'm standing at that plate, and I just didn't seem right. So right then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try this soccer out. So I went with the guys over the summer after school ended. Went over the summer, played indoor soccer with them. I think at that time, John Below, Jeremy Conkle, B.J. Carrier, Dwayne Penn actually played. Cardis Davis actually played on the soccer team as well. trying to think who else. We had a foreign exchange student. I can't think of his name. I think it was TK, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Sorry if
yeah.
I'm wrong.
I know a dude over that side named TK. He might be over from North Side though. I think TK.
and-
Was it TK Cockrell? He might be from over North
TC?
Side. TC.
TC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TC.
TC.
Me and
Yeah,
TC
yeah.
was locked up together. This daggone food. I'm a dog though.
Hey, tell them how it worked out though, being that you did soccer and track at the same time.
I was just about to ask
Oh.
about track.
Man, it was tough. It was tough. I really, honestly, I didn't even practice track. I honestly just went when it was time.
That's
because
because you were running in soccer.
Yeah, I was doing
you didn't-
soccer.
You didn't
Yeah,
need
I
to
was
practice
doing-
track.
yeah, I
You're
had to-
already practicing track.
Right, and you know,
So
I
how
would
does
have
it?
to-
Because soccer and track is at the same
same
time.
time.
Oh man,
Yeah.
How
Yep.
could-
Hey, it was times where I would actually do a track meet and actually do my events, and then would leave that track meet and go to a soccer game.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had to
Deion
leave a soccer
Sanders
game,
style,
go to an
baby.
inline
I-
hockey
Two-
game.
Man,
Two games in the
but-
same day.
Yeah.
That's a part of being young. You can't get nobody to do that now.
Oh man, I was going on the field, hurt hamstring, man. Look, my cousin James Garnett. I know if he was to ever see this, he could vouch for me. I hurt my hamstring running track, and that was the day I was talking about where I left the track meet hurt.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, man, I gotta get this to the soccer game. You know what I mean? Went to the soccer game. I'm on the soccer field limping. I actually had a hat trick that game with a hurt hamstring.
Yeah.
That's three goals for those that
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what
that is
hat
three
trick
goals.
goals.
Just about to
That's a
ask
hat
what
That's
Yeah.
three
Hat
goals,
trick is
and,
three
and
goals
usually you
in
get
soccer.
3 goals in a whole game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like scoring all the points.
Well, back then we were lucky to get two or three. I mean, the teams back then was so good on soccer. I mean, all the districts was.
Yeah, everybody had
It was
soccer
pretty
back
tight.
then.
Northumberland was bad. Back
Yeah,
then.
they were.
They
Oh
were
my
a bad
gosh,
team
they
back
were.
then. Yes, they was.
So for your senior year, you played all 4 sports your senior year too?
I did all 4 years.
Man.
I played varsity all 4 years of high school.
So you get to the 12th grade and everything like that. You was talking about Virginia Tech earlier, where you had off of looks coming in from them.
Right.
Where did you actually end up settling and going to? Once your high school career was over and stuff like that.
Well, once I hurt my hamstring running that track meet against the guy from Westmoreland, which me and him were the fastest two in the state that
Yeah.
time, and Virginia Tech.
Was it
a
Dean
recruiter.
Taylor?
No, it was actually
I know Dean Taylor was up there too.
David Hackett.
Yes,
It
David.
was actually
Oh my
because
goodness.
he actually won state our senior
Yes,
year.
yes, he did.
But I ran against him my senior year at the end of, track is at the end of the season.
Right.
My dad and my sister sitting up. I'm telling the story to leave. My dad and my sister sitting up at the finish line, waiting for it.
Yeah.
Man, I just did high jump, triple jump, long jump, shot put, for the field events.
Doing every daggone thing.
Yeah, I did everything. It didn't. A lot of people didn't come out for track for some kind of reason, and we had some fast guys there, but for some reason they didn't. But anyway, man, got a good start on David Hackett. And like I said, he's fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, I pulled my hamstring. So Virginia Tech, my dad said, as soon as that happened, Virginia Tech guy clocked it
And left.
walked off. No words or nothing. So after that, I knew my Virginia Tech thing was done. The only other school I applied to was Virginia State. It took them a while to give me my acceptance letter. So my mom came down with breast cancer my senior year.
Damn.
Things was bad. Then it got a little better. Then it kind of got bad again. So she wanted to see me go to college.
Yeah.
My initial thought was to, talk to some people, probably go to a JUCO, get my SATs up and things of that nature, probably try to get to another D1 school. But with the things that was going on in my life, she wanted to see me go to college. So my dad knew a guy that knew Paul Tribble,
Okay.
who was the president for Christopher Newport at the time. So had a couple calls. As a matter of fact, the guy name was Glenn. He from Whitestone. I wish I could remember his last name. I wish, so I could, give him his
give him a shout.
due.
Yeah.
So they set it up. I met Coach Kelchner, who was the coach for Christopher Newport at that time. First year coach came from William and Mary. Met him, and I met him at Trick Dog Cafe
Okay.
in Irvington, Virginia. pretty much went over my stats and all that. And I pretty much got into Christopher Newport right there at the restaurant. You know, it was a good thing, and it was a bad thing for me as far as like going to that school was good because my mom got to see me go to college, but it wasn't really the college that I wanted to go to, if I could say that.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I felt like that was a Northern Neck school.
Yeah.
Like people from Northern Neck seemed like everybody ended up down in the 757.
Ends up there.
I didn't want to be that same narrative as, okay, he's just another one that's going down there, and we see that coming. I wanted to be that one that kind of shot up there and make a name for the Northern Neck.
Understandable.
You know what I mean? I thought I was, and I was, with my situation and I having my head on tight, because I would say this young kids, it's good to have a good backbone. Listen to your parents, you respect them and everything, because they're the ones that have you back. Anybody else that y'all know, they'll have
You
your
hear
back.
that, my juniors and seniors? I'm just saying.
Because I didn't have that at the time because with everything was going on, my dad was going through stuff, my brother, my sister, that was my tight circle. So it kind of messed my my journey.
Your motivation,
my
basically.
motivation.
Your motivation.
It took it.
Yeah.
It took it.
So, regardless of what happened at Christopher Newport and everything like that, you're still able to come back out here and be a great asset to the community.
Yes.
Just by you coming in here tonight, it's going to be able to help future athletes.
Yeah, because
definitely.
Yes, because I would love to tell my story, to other kids, to let them know, like, keep your head up. Anything that happens in your life, what I'm saying, that's bad, like, don't let it get to you, what I'm saying, hopefully they have that support to keep them going, to kind of push them and keep pushing, what I mean?
And this is what the platform's for. This is what was created. This is why No Neck Sports Talk Live was created, to get guys like you in here and letting the kids know, hey, you can do this.
And you can do it, but you can't do nothing without grades,
right?
And
exactly.
respecting your parents first and your elders, But I'm gonna tell you, without getting through school and grades, you're not gonna go nowhere. That sports is nonchalant, it's nothing. So
yeah, definitely.
Coming up to you had
I was going to say, No Neck Sports Talk Live tonight, presented by the Gym, open 24/7, 365. Hey, call in, right? Call in if you want to call in and speak to our special guest, Northern Neck Sports Hall of Famer, 804-822-2837, 804-822-2837. Call in, say hi to Kaveh Conaway, 2025 Northern Neck Sports Hall of Famer.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
yes,
I'll tell you.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Now, since we got through all of that, we're going to get into this right now. 2025 Northern Neck Hall of Fame inductee this year. I know the museum or whatever it is, do they still got it in Kilmarnock over there where they used to hold the plaques? I know the sports store that used to be over Kilmarnock. It was a sports store where they used to hold all of the plaques.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if they. I think they moved. I think
it was
it's
right
still
on
there.
Main Street, right in the middle of Main Street. It was a building on the
building
left.
on the left. Okay.
I don't know
right
if
by
it's
the bank.
It was
by the bank somewhere over there.
sports equipment store.
Yeah, it's a
that's in
sports
there.
equipment store. I don't know if they still got it, but I know the last time I went over there, they used to have the plaques on the wall and everything. How did that come about? Or did you know about it? Or, give us the rundown on that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how long it takes for them to pick certain individuals or whatever like that, but give us the rundown on that, how you was able to come about that.
As far as the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Well, I received a call from Mr. Means. Shout out to Mr. Means. He does great things. And he's still doing great things. He gave me a call and said, hey, I just want to let you know, man, you've been inducted. I put your name into the list. Put it out there, and they took a vote, and man, you're in there. And I'm like, oh wow.
There you go.
Because I didn't know. I know I saw a couple, other guys, Tay Betts, which is that speaks for itself. Academics, athlete. So that's very well deserved for him. I think Andrea if I'm not mistaken, is in
There's
it
a
as
couple
well. That's
more.
another one. Went to Georgetown and did her thing and graduated, played against some good people.
Yes, sir.
But mine came from just actually Mr. Means calling me and letting me know. I didn't even know what was going on. I had no clue there was a Hall of Fame for the Northern at all.
Yeah, I knew it. I just didn't know how they went about doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Me either. I don't really know the rundown as far as what they do. I think they just throw names out there, and it's more of a voting process. So once they call your name, it's more of a yay or nay, I guess. And then depending on majority, majority vote, then I guess you're in.
Yeah.
But it's looking like they do like four or five people at a time.
I think so.
And there is a couple of sportscasters that is in the Hall of Fame. One of them I've worked with very closely a lot in the last 25 years, Jim Thorne. And
Yes,
there's
I
a
did
couple,
see him in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Love him to death. He's a great guy. Still working with him on play-by-play stuff.
Okay.
Things like that. Jim Thorne, great guy. And a couple of the guys from WKWI in the Hall of Fame, too.
Okay.
Sportscast and Lancaster Sports, by the way. So, yeah, great group of guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
in
I'm
that,
gonna have to look a little deeper into it.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is very new to me. Just hearing about it. So I don't.
Knowing that you're in there, how does it feel? Do you have kids?
I do. I have three. I have a daughter and two sons.
So how does it feel to you? And since you say you got sons, how do they look at that? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you're an athlete.
They're younger, so it's not going to really matter to them.
Until they get older.
Yeah,
and
right.
realize some stuff.
But
Yeah.
my daughter being in high school, I think, she's more like, oh, Dad, you was like that. You was good at school?
Yeah. And you sit back like, your daddy was it.
I was all right. I did all right.
But how, like I said, how does it make you feel? We was talking about your mom's earlier. I'm not sure if she's still with us or.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
Father?
My father is still with me.
With him, how did he feel about it and stuff? When he found out.
Oh, my dad, as far as sports, he's my biggest supporter, man. He's my biggest fan.
Yeah.
So I know he was just as happy as I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
my boy.
yeah, definitely, man. Like I said, all the genes, the sports genes came from him. My mom too.
Yeah.
They say my mom was fast when she was younger and all
Yeah.
that, but my dad, my big supporter. So, but I honestly, I felt great. I felt appreciated.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Got to be.
Coming from that era, I felt very appreciated.
Definitely.
Yeah. Coach, final thoughts? Kaveh, final thoughts before we're
My main thing now, man, like, being that you're one of the, I'm gonna just be straight, one of the legends that come from over there in Lancaster and everything. And you've seen the football program over the last couple of years and everything. And I can be honest, over the last couple of years, the last 2 years they've been coming back around and everything like that.
I've noticed that.
And
yes.
what would you like to see for the football program and just sports in general in Lancaster? Over the next couple of years, have you ever thought about getting into coaching or anything like that?
Man, I would love to get into coaching. Doesn't matter where at.
Lancaster, listen up, Lancaster.
I would say this doesn't have to be at Lancaster. It
Yeah.
could be at any school,
Essex needs a soccer coach.
but I just feel I feel like the sports there just need more. I guess dedication and for what I've been hearing, allow kids to play more than one sport.
Yeah, I
Because
get you.
there's a couple things that like I said, I've heard that kids are not allowed to play more than one sport
Yeah.
over there now. Or we're not allowed to play. I would say they're not doing it. They're
not
not
encouraged.
encouraged.
Yeah,
They're not encouraged to play more than one sport. But I would say encourage those kids to play more than one sport because all those sports, you play different sports, those talents in those other sports can actually lead
helps
to
you.
something in that in another sport.
Yeah.
And then what's to say that kid is going to excel in that one sport? You give him options. He might excel in something else, and not even the sport that you want him to be
definitely.
in, So
I mean, I try to preach that on this side when it comes down to the youth. A lot of folks because it's real big now with spring football, and I was one of those ones a couple years ago when my baby boy, he played fall football, he played spring football. Then when he was done with that, it was training, and for real, I kind of feel like once he got into Christopher Newport, you know, same thing. You know, he had offers from VMI. He could have went to Virginia State. But then COVID hit, and that screwed up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so he chose to go to Christopher Newport. But I feel like with me having him play spring ball, then fall ball, and all, it's like it burnt him out, in my opinion. That's why the last 2 years he you know, he chilled off for a little bit and everything like that. So I encourage a lot of people when they ask, well, Coach Thomas, we're gonna do spring ball. I be like, nah, man, sign that boy for baseball. Sign him up for something else. He don't need all that contact on his body. Give him a little break. You know what I'm saying? We'll train between the season. But far as playing spring ball or not, nah, we ain't doing that. Let him play something else, because you'll never know if he might play baseball or soccer and might love that.
Yeah, because the training, like I say, the training you get in another sport, it might work another muscle or something that'll help that sport that you really want him to do, you know? So,
So before we end this with you, is there any what type of advice could you give to the youth coming up now that could possibly help them? Because at the end of the day, everybody's not going to go to college.
Right.
Everybody's not going to go to the NFL, but you still got to be able to come out here and be an asset to the community and to this world.
Right. First, I would say, you know, I'm gonna go right straight to this: is respect your parents first. You know, all kids respect your parents. That's where it starts at. You know, respect is everything. They should really, you know, grades. Without those, school, doing good in school, you're not going to go anywhere. As far as sports-wise, you got to have the dedication. All the you know, wanting to go to, you know, parties and things in this nature. You know, if you're really trying to make it and that person is good in sports and you think they can, you know, things like that, you got to have dedication, respect. And just be honest, you know. Just be honest with yourself and others. It really ain't too much, you know, much more than respect. Because if you got that, everything else will follow itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True that.
So I would say.
Thank
you. Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 Northern Neck Sports Hall of Famer, Kaveh Conaway. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaveh, you're more than welcome to hang out with us while we run down some scores real quick.
Oh, man, I think I might. I would love to stand in the background and check y'all guys out, but I appreciate y'all having me. Thank you.
You can sit right on there, man. You can sit on
there. Yeah, you can sit right here.
Once we get to the NFL stuff and all that, you want to speak up on something?
Man, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Well, let me stay right here.
But Northern Neck Sports Talk Live, presented by The Gym, open 24/7, 365 days a week. Yes, they do have indoor walking track, various weight machines, free weights in the open workout room. Ladies and gentlemen, 1679 Tappahannock Boulevard. Hey, call in, shine the light real quick. You got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes if you want to call in. Call in now. Come on. 804-822-2837. 804-822-2837. All right, Coach, here we go with some Northern Neck District basketball going on. We're going to kick it off.
Good here lately,
man. I tell you what, we're going to kick it off with the girls.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. And Westmoreland, the Eagles. Fly, Eagles fly, baby, and I'm not talking about Philly. 6-0. 6-0 in the region, overall 13-1, and I haven't been able to get there in person to do the PA for them because I've been everywhere else. But my Eagles, ladies and guys, y'all doing a good job. Keep it up. I'm just saying.
I mean, the girls looking wonderful, man. I mean,
yes,
they had a real big game last week against Colonial Beach, and they won by 2 points. The referees was a little shaky over there. What's my boy name? I forgot what it is. But he hit me up. He like, dog, you got to watch that game, man. Those referees was trash. But at the end of the day, y'all pulled it out, 41-39. I don't have any stats because Big Dog Sam is supposed to have them tonight and everything. He had to work late.
Hey, like you said, don't leave it up to the refs.
Hey, you know, but they came out on top, 41-39. They had another game on the 28th, I think, against Lancaster. They had another game against Lancaster, and they beat them 40-29. So right now, the Lady Eagles is the ones to beat.
Yes.
You know, and you still can't, count out Columbia Beach because
No,
they're
you cannot.
13-2 right behind y'all. And I mean, they only lost by 2 points on the last game.
And in Colonial Beach, by the way, the Drifters, I think this is one of their
Best
best seasons in basketball I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they last 2 games, they beat Matthews 40-31. They beat Rappahannock 46-28. They playing Essex right now tonight. I would love to know who's winning that game because we got some dogs on that girl team, and over the last couple weeks, they've been hitting on all 4 cylinders and stuff like that too. As far as with my Essex Trojans, Lady Trojans over here, they currently right now 7-6. They're on a 3-game winning streak. The last 2 games they played West Point on the 27th.
Right.
They beat them 60-51. Morgan Seth, she put up 23 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and she had, I think, 6 big blocks. Wow. And this is Morgan's second year, and she's been dominating both of these years. Last year was on the rebounding side and everything like that because she still had Jalen Mercer there. But this year she's taking a more captain-like approach, and she's doing
more aggressive.
She's very aggressive this year.
Right.
Not just her. We got. Lord, young lady, please don't jump on me. When I come to get Jameson, don't. Coach, my name is Miss Williams. I'm just gonna say it like that. She put up 14 points against West Point. She had 15 rebounds last week. 3 assists, 6 steals with 4 blocks. Ariane Robinson, she put up 11 points against West Point. 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and she also had 2 big blocks. Then they played Northumberland last week, and on the 28th, and they won 52-30. Again, Morgan Self, she put up 27 big points in that game, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and 5 steals. Who else? Ariane Robinson, she put up 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 steals, and I think she got 3 blocks. So I mean, as a team right now, they was a little rocky, but I think they're coming on along right now.
Sounds to me they're playing anybody, anytime, anywhere.
And I mean, if you look at that Essex team, and they got 3 girls that can go get them buckets in Morgan, Miss Williams, and Ariana Robinson. So I mean, if they keep on playing together, doing what they got to do on the defensive side as well as the offensive side, hey, you never know what might happen later on down the road.
There's still a lot of basketball left.
It's still a lot of basketball left. You're right. But again, the 2 main teams that you got to get past, in my opinion, is going to be Columbia Beach and Westmoreland. They're sitting at the top of the seed right now. So anybody else under that, you got a lot of work to do. As far as everybody else in the district, Northumberland, they're at 5-5 right now. Rappahannock is at 4-9, I believe, and I think Lancaster coming in last. Well, Lancaster's coming in at 5-6. So a whole lot of basketball still left, and we can only see what happens in the future as far as on the JV side, because we've been getting we got to start showing.
We got to start showing JV, going out to games in JV or something.
So with JV, we're gonna shout these ladies out. Columbia Beach right now, they're 4-3 in the district with JV.
Right.
Lancaster is 0-2. Westmoreland is 4-5. Rappahannock is 1-2, and Northumberland is 1-2. But my future junior lady Trojans over here, they on a 5-game winning streak for our JV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They 5-2 right now, 5-game winning streak. Their last game was on the 28th against Northumberland, and they won 30-12. Want to give a big shout out to number 11. Nicalia Hill, she scored 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal on the 28th. Amari Smith, she put up 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 steals, and 1 block. Miss Neville Bundy, number 10, she put up 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Malaya Parker, she put up 3 rebounds, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and they played Columbia Beach tonight. And the next game after tonight will be next Tuesday against
night.
Lancaster. So,
folks, if you're watching this, just a reminder here: send us your stats, send us your stats. We want to know the stats from every team, every county.
Yes, sir. Salute to Shavandra. I think that's her. Is it Shavandra or is it Shavante?
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out a little bit.
Coach,
when she comments.
She gonna hit me up
We'll
later.
find out real quick.
Hold on. Coach, hey, salute for sending me them stats today, baby girl. I hit you up next week for all them and everything like that. But everybody else, man, like Giles said, man, you know, we can't make all the games.
No, we can't.
So if y'all can just, you know, shoot us the stats, man, we definitely like to shine a light on these kids on their accomplishments on and off the
All sports. All sports. Send us your stats.
Send us your stats.
And Northern Next Sports Talk Live, again, presented by the gym tonight in Tappahannock. Call in. You got a few more minutes. 804-822-2837. 804-822-2837. And, yeah, sitting beside us is 2025 Northern Next Sports Hall of Famer, Kaveh Conaway.
That's Kaveh Conaway. Put some
Conaway,
respect on his name.
Kaveh
Conaway.
Conaway. There we go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go, cuz.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Boys, Coach, that's a tight race, too.
Yes, sir. Beginning of the boys' season, man, we was looking at Westmoreland for real to take a big lead on everything. The way Sammy was saying, well, the way you and Sammy was over here getting on me and everything like that.
I seen that in person.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, I don't know what's going on right now, because I mean, Northumberland right now, I think Northumberland leading the pack right now. You know, they said me too.
Yeah.
They're on a 4-game win streak.
Right.
They had a game on the 24th and the 28th. On the 24th, they played Lancaster, which was a big win.
Yeah,
75-49. I mean,
Wow.
I didn't
Statement
see
game.
that happening.
Right.
You know, so what'd you say, Giles?
Statement game.
You know, and I mean,
Statement.
Made themselves known.
I mean,
Yep.
they really and I talked to some of the coaches there and that, and it seemed like to me over there in Lancaster right now, somebody got to step up and be a leader.
Yep.
And I'm just keeping it real, man. Y'all had certain players that y'all had for the last couple of years that was able to carry everything and was able to lead the team. Mm-hmm. Now, some of y'all younger ones that was underneath of that umbrella, it's y'all time to step up. You can't. Everybody love a coach when they winning.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But soon as you start losing, whatever, is the coach this, is the coach that. Sometimes it's the player. If the player don't want to give it their all, if a player don't want to come to practice, if a player don't want to take a hood off in school, what we talking about? It all goes back to what you said earlier: dedication and determination, and just having respect. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those younger ones that's down there, they was riding that coattail over there. They done won 3 championships.
Right. And they had two big guys over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So those folks are gone now. So who's gonna step up? Like right now, the Northern Neck District for boys basketball is wide open in my mind.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's wide open.
But I will say Westmoreland's going to be looking good near the end of this.
Man, you said that.
What happened a couple nights ago? What happened a couple nights ago? What happened a couple nights ago? He wasn't around. He wasn't around.
No, I wasn't.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, Northumberland faced Lancaster on the 24th. Lancaster lost 75-49. Player of the game, big dog Tariq Lundy over there. Tariq put up 26 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. Football field to the basketball field, the boy dog.
Yeah, he is.
The last I was told, he was averaging 23 a game.
That's what it was.
And I mean, man amongst boys, man. So, I mean, he put up 26 that game. The senior 00 Malachi Howard put up 9 points that game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. You got number 5 sophomore Linda Williams put up 10 points in that game. Number 11 sophomore Marcus Crawley, he put up 10 points in that game for Northumberland too. And Camden Bryan put up 9 points. They turned around Northumberland then and faced my boys. Everybody want to talk about we just football. No, man, we got ballers over here too now.
Yeah.
We got ballers over here too, because soon after Northside faced Lancaster and smoked Lancaster, they came on over here to old E-Town.
So what happened in E-Town?
And they lost.
Coach?
And they lost. That's what happened over here in E-Town. They lost.
They
lost 45. I mean, they had 49. We had 59. But we ain't no basketball players over here, though. We just play football. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Tyreek still, in a losing game, he still put up 19 points.
Yeah.
He still put up 19 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. J.D. Bob over there at Northside put up another 10 points, and Chase Dodson put up 8 points. On Essex side, though, you got Dom Ashley. He put up 15 points over here. Arik Ashlock, he put up 13 points. And the big dog, Kyron Howard, he put up another 17 points for Essex over this side. You know, so, I mean.
Sounds like a balanced offense.
It's a balanced offense. You know, it's just we was able to get them a little bit more extra rebounds, being able to put the ball back in the hoop with extra getting the ball more. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the district is wide open.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely wide open right now.
Lancaster right now, they had 7-6. They lost to Northumberland, like we said earlier. Then they turned around, and I think they beat what Giles was talking about.
Yeah,
they beat Westmoreland.
Yes,
they
did.
47. So,
it
Will,
was
your boys
51-47.
gotta step it up. You know what I mean? I know you want them to be in the running down, but, hey, you know.
I'm saying, I've seen this in person. They've got a core group of players. They're coming.
They coming.
They're coming.
Hey, well, we're gonna have to see it because I put it like this. We beat we beat Northside.
Yeah.
I think we beat Lancaster too, I believe. Am I did we beat Lancaster?
I don't think so, man.
No,
I don't
yet.
think so.
We
Not
play
yet.
them yet.
I think y'all beat Rappahannock and
You beat
Northumberland.
Rappahannock.
Okay.
You beat
Yeah.
They're gonna
Northumberland.
put it to you like this: if we beat Lancaster and y'all, it's gonna be a problem.
You ain't
gonna- you ain't
You
gonna
would know if y'all beat us. You would know.
I would know.
Lancaster, they played Rappahannock tonight, I believe, at 7 o'clock. So if y'all got any updates, let us know or whatever like that. Westmoreland, again, they're still one. Even though I might joke, they still 9-6 right now.
Yes,
they
they
still
are.
at the top of the
Yes, they
food
are.
chain. They lost to Colonial Beach, 48-41, which is crazy. And then the Beach turned around and beat them 53-41. No, the Beach beat them 53-41 2 days earlier. So they got the rematch back on.
Now,
the
I'm
Colonial
going to
Beach
tell you
now.
something about Colonial Beach. Colonial Beach is in a dogfight mode right now in basketball. I haven't seen Colonial Beach be this good in a very long time, so they are up in the mix too.
Yeah.
So when you say No Neck District is wide open, that does include Colonial Beach, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely.
Just so you know.
Colonial Beach, as we talked about them, they're currently 7-7. Their last 2 games, they played Matthews on the 27th.
Right.
They beat Matthews 60-50. They played Rappahannock 2 days ago, I believe, and beat Rappahannock 50-47. Then you got Essex, my boys. They are 6-3 right now on a 3-win streak. They beat Rapp on the 24th, 63-57. Beat Lunenburg on the 25th, 56-43. And again, they just beat Northumberland on the 28th, 59-41. Their next game would be tomorrow. I believe that's at home at 7 o'clock. Rappahannock, they coming in last at 1-9. Ooh, I don't know. Big Red Machine has slowed down over that side when it come down to basketball.
However, I don't think they're worried but so much about basketball season because baseball season is just around the corner.
They usually run baseball and everything, so we're going to see once in a couple more weeks once that start up. But right now, top of the list with everybody falls with basketball. Northumberland right now is currently in the lead with 72 overall, with everybody else following them. With the JV, Essex JV is 3-3. Northside is 2-3. Colonial Beach is 2-9. Westmoreland falls with JV. They are running the JV right now.
Yes,
10-1. Northumberland is 2-3.
Double digits.
Rappahannock is 5-3. So I mean, again, Westmoreland 10-1. They running it, which is a good thing for Riffra because it could set them up later on in the future with players and everything like that. So basketball, we still rocking and rolling, man. We still got a couple more weeks, and we're going to see who comes out on top.
See what happens in the district. It's going to be a tight race. Call in real quickly. You got a few more minutes. 804-822-2837. 804-822-2837. Let's get into some wrestling, Coach.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
We don't have too much on wrestling, but we got a couple. I think Lancaster had a meet yesterday over there in Lancaster and everything.
Right.
I think Essex was there, Lancaster, everybody in the Northern Neck. But I know we're gonna shout out a couple kids right now that one big over there. You got from Lancaster, Joseph Harcum. He won first place. Stephen Pacheco second. You got a whole bunch of third places. Isaac Hernandez was in third. Gage Smith in third. Kaline Howard is in third. Ashby Russell from Lancaster picked up a second-place medal. Nathan Midberg picked up a second-place medal. As far as with Essex, let me see here. You got number 144, Daniel Hill. He picked up a first-place medal, gold. Number 157, Isaiah Tarpon, picked up a first-place medal.
That's right, weight class.
That's weight class.
Oh, weight
class.
Oh, okay, Isaiah Tarpon at 157 weight class. He got a gold first-place medal. Sylvester Johnson at 165 pounds got a gold first-place medal. At 215, them the big boys. Them big boys. Tatum Darby, he got a first-place medal. 126-pound Eric Banks, he got a silver medal. At the 157, Traquan Vini got a silver medal. At the 285, that's them big boys. Anthony Holden got a bronze. And Elijah Floyd came in fourth. So salute to Essex.
Indeed.
Essex grapplers and Lancaster grapplers. Keep on balling out, doing y'all things. And I'm going to let y'all know now, man, that wrestling can translate to the football field. And that's one of the best things.
Yeah.
So salute.
Before you go too far, who's the district champs, though? You just slid on past who the district champs are.
That's Lancaster.
Y'all.
It is
That's
Lancaster.
right. I ain't even say that, though. I just wanted to make sure you know.
about to say it.
My bad, Giles. Northern Neck District individual results, it goes to Lancaster.
Folks, if you haven't already figured this out, right, you have Westmoreland, you have Essex, and you have Lancaster in the house.
But, Giles makes it known when them Lancaster boys do something.
Hey, could y'all be Essex? You can break down the whole daggone every girl in Essex, the players, if they got hurt 2 weeks ago, what the healing process is like. I just want to know, hey, Lancaster district champs, baby.
Hey, they district champs for the grapplers, man. Hey, salute to y'all boys over there. Keep on doing y'all thing. I know we still got a whole lot of wrestling to go, so we're definitely going to try to keep y'all updated with the wrestling and everything like that.
All right, real quickly, NFL Conference Championship. I'm already going to tell you what happened with the Washington Commanders of Philly. Washington Commanders got their rear ends kicked in. I mean, I have zero excuse for them. I'm glad they got as far as they went, but could they have lost any worse? My God.
I mean,
turnovers, you cannot have turnovers. That's number one. Number two, you just cannot have Saquon Barkley running all over God's green earth and put up over 120-something yards.
Well, you just not just Saquon, but everybody can. If y'all looked at the last couple weeks with the Philadelphia Eagles and everything, their pass game wasn't there.
It wasn't.
It wasn't nonchalant.
No.
This week though, the pass game was there.
Yeah.
So when you got Saquon able to get off 100-plus yards on the ground, then you got A.J. Brown and Smith able to get out and make catches like
doing what they want to do.
Like doing what they're supposed to do, it makes it a whole lot easier.
You're right. I mean, to me, I think they kind of had to pass a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Saquon had 120, but he only had that one long run.
Basically.
They kind of contained him after that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
If he wouldn't have had that first big run, he probably wouldn't have had 118 yards because after that they did contain him.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
they
A.J.
did.
Brown had to get off.
Right.
Smith had to get off. And not just that, Hurts had to get off because Hurts had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Saquon could have had like 6 touchdowns that game.
He probably would have.
He could have.
He could have had like 6 touchdowns because most of the touchdowns Hurts got was short touchdowns and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, Washington, you can't do nothing but tip your hat to him.
Yeah.
And not –
I'm not.
say it like this. I tip my hat off Jalen Daniels. Because even though in a loss, that young man threw for 29 for 40. They had 255 yards, 1 touchdown. He only gave the ball up 1 time on an interception. That was –
I don't think that was his fault. I think the receiver ran the wrong route.
I think the receiver ran the wrong route.
Yeah.
Now, everybody else, they fumbling and everything like that. In a big game like this, you can't do that.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? So the Jaden Daniels or Jalen?
Jaden
Daniels. Hey, salute to that young man. He's going to be a terror in the NFC conference for a while.
And this is probably going to be the worst roster he's played with. They're going to be making moves in the offseason to get the best roster they possibly can.
Because they got a quarterback now.
Yeah.
They got a quarterback now. So you got to put somebody around him.
They do. And I think defensively, I think they got to get a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause they were missing a couple guys that game, actually. I think Payne didn't play that game.
No, he was hurt. He was hurt.
He
didn't play
that was out that game as well.
Definitely.
So that was a big.
So, I mean, salute to the Eagles. I think this is their second time going back and within
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Yep. 3 years.
Within
So, I
3
mean,
years.
salute to that program, man. I mean, I wish it was my Cowboys, but, hey, we gotta get stuff situated at home. I don't even know why the hell.
You have Schottenheimer now.
I knew you was about to say that.
Hey,
I knew you was about to say that. Schottenheimer.
I am saying just keep your eyes open.
I don't even know who the hell he is.
He is Marty Schottenheimer's son.
I know that. But what I'm saying is that's the only reason I know him.
I swear I ain't know
He was
his
one
name
of your
till a couple weeks ago.
coaches.
Look,
Didn't even know.
When I heard Schottenheimer, the first thing I said, I was like, "Dang, he must be Martin Schottenheimer's son that used to do it for
that
Dolphins."
is.
Because I ain't heard.
But
I don't know him.
he is one of Dallas's coaches from this past season.
Well, he must want really nothing then, because we ain't hear nothing about him all season.
I would just keep your eyes out.
Keep my eyes out for
you
another
guys
losing
might
season next
be
year.
able to have a better season than you were.
We don't got a running back.
Ain't hard to do that.
I swear we don't got a running back. We got these divas for for wide receivers and all that. So no, we need to revamp the whole
I'm just trying to stay positive for you guys because now y'all
you be happy with your season that you
year.
had. Don't worry about my Cowboys.
All right, so we got that out the way. Philly's on the way to Super Bowl. Then it was Kansas City and the Buffalo Bills.
Man.
What do you guys think of that possible first down or non-first down by Josh Allen?
Well, the body look across the line to me in the picture, but it's all on where the ball was. I guess the body doesn't matter, so it's all on the ball.
I mean, you got to look at it. His back was to the line, right?
Exactly.
So where's the ball? Up front, right?
Right.
So in order to cross that ball has to be across the line.
Yeah.
So if he was turned the other way and the ball was facing that way, I could see. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's a line of inches. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If your back is on the line, the ball ain't crossed the
Yes.
line. You know what I'm saying? In that position, you better not stick that ball out like that.
Right.
Oh, no.
Because now you putting that ball in dangerous way.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just, man, Kansas City, man. It's just you got to beat them.
Yeah.
You actually have to go in there and beat them. And you can't let Mahomes be running down the field like he's a running back.
Right.
He running down the field and dropping his shoulder on linebackers like he's a running back and getting the touchdown. I mean, in that case, the linebacker should have came up and blew his head off.
Well, they can't do that because
they can do that if he's a straight runner.
But
he is.
I've noticed with him in exactly that he'll run. But then right before them guys get to him, he acting like it, but then he slides. And that's when they hit him, and that's when they get that penalty.
Get the flag, and
so it's like a gray area where, you know, what to do when to hit him or what, you know, because they're scared to get that penalty.
I mean, even with that, man, I mean, you can't take it away from him. Josh Allen, he played a great game. He didn't put the ball in harm's way or anything. It's just you playing Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
You already got to deal with Mahomes. Kelsey ain't have a good game, but Xavier Worthy has 6 catches for 85 yards. Different people getting off. Kareem Hunt had 17 carries for 64 yards with a big touchdown. But it's just Mahomes. You got to contain Mahomes, and you got to deal with Andy Reid calling plays, man, being the magician that he is.
That defense.
And Taylor Swift.
That defense
was
though, man.
biting.
That defense was
Man, that
biting,
defense was biting, man.
Head ready
they
off.
were.
And I mean, everybody on Bill's side, you got to do your job, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
You have to play a perfect game.
you have to play a perfect
Yeah, you got
game
to
when it
play a
comes down to
perfect game against Kansas City. So now it is Kansas City, Philadelphia Eagles in 2 weeks. Who do you got?
that. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to go home this week, and I'll have that answer next week.
Yes,
you know, 'cause
we'll have our predictions next week.
I'm going to have to look at the stats and just if they played each other. No, they didn't play each other this year. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just going to have – I want Philly to win.
I think Philly is the more complete
Philly to win, but I
team.
just got to look at
They
some
are.
stuff
I
next
think they're
week
the more complete
before I
team.
make my decision because I got prize picks on the thing, and I got to make sure I make the right decision for next week.
I think the Eagles got the defense to handle Kansas City because Kansas City is a Mahomes gets that ball out fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're more of a get that ball out and use your blockers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
if you notice, they'll catch and they get yards after.
Yeah.
So I think Eagles
you
got
can
that
forget
secondary.
film out the
Yeah.
window because one thing about Philly, offense coordinator, he's going to change it up on you
That's right.
in Super Bowl.
But then, like you say, that Kansas City defense, man.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about last week, the very last play, Josh Allen had that ball, and they could have got it off if old boy would have
Yeah.
caught it. That man sent that daggone cornerback blitz right at at Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
That threw everything off
It did.
because
It
he
did.
wasn't looking for that corner to be
Nope.
coming out of nowhere like that. But Josh Allen
Yeah.
still was able to get the ball off. It's just the receiver couldn't bring it up.
Couldn't
you
bring
know,
it,
and,
yeah.
and it just was like that, man. So at the end of the day, you gotta beat them.
Yeah.
You can't leave nothing up to debate when it comes down to
You got
Kansas
to
City.
play 4 quarters, and honestly,
Yes.
might as well try to get that lead.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Get it
You
as
can-
early as you can.
Get it as early as
you can.
possible.
Yes.
Try to keep
yes.
it. Yep.
Yes.
And that's why the Commanders has gone far as they went because Dan Quinn stated score early and often because it's going to be tougher in the 3rd and 4th.
That's right.
Commanders came up on a lot of games this year too, to where
Yeah,
they should have lost them.
They kept it close.
but they kept it
They
close.
kept it close.
Just
Yep.
like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Just like the Chiefs.
Just like
Exactly
Chiefs.
like
Yeah.
that. Exactly.
Hey, we'll be back next week with my predictions.
Yeah, our predictions for the Super Bowl will be next week, so you're going to have to tune in next week for our predictions, okay? I'm just saying. Community news, real quick, before we get out of here.
Only thing I got on the chapter today, Essex County Little League, Richmond County Little League. If they starting up for baseball, softball, sign-ups and everything in both. Well, all the counties around here, I'm pretty sure they're starting up with softball and
Right.
Little League baseball and all that stuff. So get with your county officials, sign them kids up for baseball, softball. Over here in Essex, we have a coaches interest meeting. Essex Youth Football Association has a coaches interest meeting February the 12th at 6:15 at Essex County Library right down the street. If you're a resident of Essex County, you want to be a youth football coach, come on out there at 6:15 at Essex County Library and have your applications and all types of information for y'all to come on and coach the future wave of the future Trojans. So come on out.
Yeah, I got one, Coach. Virginia Living Magazine is having their vote for the best of Virginia. And if you go on Virginia Living Magazine, click on Eastern, and you scroll on down, there's a spot that says favorite radio station. Make sure you write in Hot Mix VA.
There you go.
Write in Hot Mix VA, because the more votes you got, we never know that Hot Mix VA may be the best voted radio station in Virginia. So that's Virginia Living Magazine, best of 2025 or 2024, whatever year they're calling it. Okay. Virginia Living Magazine, go into the eastern side, the eastern best of, and scroll on down to favorite radio station. Write in Hot Mix VA Radio, Tappahannock, Virginia. My vote's in. A couple of others' votes is in. We need the
get
rest
mine
of
tonight.
your votes. So how about that? So, ladies and gentlemen, next week, North Sports District basketball underway. Tight grip in the district. Who's going to win it this week? We'll talk to you next week about that. Our predictions for the Super Bowls next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Northern X Sports Talk Live right here on Hot Mix VA. And thanks so much for 2025 Northern X Sports Hall of Fame, Kaveh Conaway. Thank you. Kaveh, excuse me. Kaveh
That's right.
Conaway.
Lancaster legend.
We will talk to
Lancaster
you
legend.
next week
Northern
here on
X
Northern X Sports Talk Live right here on Hot Mix VA.
Check them out.
Salute.